So, welcome to Brands Hatch. We're here for the second race meeting of the year for the Radical Clubman's Cup. The first race meeting of the year took us to Donington Park, where we saw some very close racing between the Radical PR6 of Oscar Kruger and the Radical SR3 of Steve Burgess. Here at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit, there'll be nothing to choose between drivers or car. They've also, of course, got the infamous Paddock Hill Bend that they'll need to contend with. Oscar, it was a great start to the 2014 season for you at Donington Park. You must be looking forward to Brands Hatch this weekend.
Yeah, of course. The start of the season was really good. A win and a second place, almost perfect. So I hope I can make 2 wins here and get a lead in the championship.
In terms of the championship, you were battling away with Steve Burgess at Donington Park. He's going to be very close this weekend to you.
Yeah, it was really close at Donington, so I guess it won't be much time between us this time either.
The PR6 and the SR3, around the twisty circuits, you could argue that the PR6 is the better car to have.
Yeah, it might be. They are very equal. So yeah, but I hope this track will suit my car better than the SR3s.
And the start of the race here at Brands Hatch with that incline on the start line is key to the race.
Yeah, it is a difficult track to pass opponents on, so the start and the qualifying is extremely important.
Well, Oscar Kruger has the benefit of lining up in pole position alongside in the very rapid Ben Dimmock. Then the first of the SR3s, Dan Vaughan, shares row 2 alongside Marcel Maritiotto, Steve Burgess and Brian Murphy. As ever, a big grid for the Radical Clubman's Cup, completed by Vladimir Lebedev and Dmitry Krujnov. Multinational flavour to the field as well then, as a little bit of creeping further back. Away we go. It's a flying start there from Brian Murphy, who rockets clear in his Martin Brooks as well, the 2 PR6s from further back, as Oscar Kruger though leads down into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. It's Dan Vaughan who jumps up into second, Ben Dimmock then slips to third ahead of Steve Burgess, as there is David Frankland as he looks to climb up. But there is the very, very fast starting Brian Murphy, who has leapt all the way up into 4th place. The red PR6, he chases down the fellow Pro Sport class runner. Then Dimmock, different livery this year, same pace. There's Graham Tilley looking to gain ground in the early stages. The laps reeled off at an average of 94 miles an hour here in this Radical Clubman's Cup, as Dimmock settles in behind Dan Vaughan, looks to challenge Vaughan to the outside. Vaughan though covers the inside line, maintains second place. Dan making a step up for the Radical SR1 Cup this year, change of car into the SR3 and adapting very nicely to it. Challenges then it's Steve Burgess who moves through into 4th position, pushes Brian Murphy outright. Martin Brooks also at the back of the shot, you could see was trying to gain ground. All the while though out front Oscar Kruger, who is building a handy advantage at the front of the field. And there is still ample jostling for position going on. Leads this fight for second place. Backed up behind Dan Vaughan, and Vaughan really needs to hope that Martin Brooks gets engaged in battle here with, or rather, Ben Dimmock gets engaged in battle here with Steve Burgess. One car coming out of the pit. Burgess in the green and orange car chases Ben Dimmock as they turn into Druids. Dimmock still has got aspirations for that second place, but he flicks the car sideways. Is that going to give Burgess the opportunity to challenge into Graham Hill Bend? Burgess thinks better of it. Martin Brooks closing in onto that group there. We've got a scrap behind, headed by Marcel Maritiotto. Then it's John McLeod, and then Brian Murphy fading a little bit after that quick start. It's good to see McLeod going so strongly. He's been a perennial competitor in the Clubman's Cup for quite some time. Steve Burgess still under pressure from Ben Dimmock. Dimmock looks to the outside line. Burgess covers the inside. Nothing there that Dimmock can do about sliding through. Dan Vaughan in second there for us with a little bit of breathing space. There's the red car Marcel Maritiotto, who will race his Radical pretty much each and every weekend if he can find the opportunity. Quick pilot nonetheless. In front of the Radical European Masters as well this year is Marcel Maritiotto. Ben Dimmock sliding into the clutches of Martin Brooks. Maritiotto climbs into that battle as well. Pursuit of Brooks. A little bit disappointed to see the way that Dimmock is fading in pace as this race has unfolded. He's also got the slightly invidious position of always being on the defence, but he can't take the lines that he wants through corners as much as he would like, and therefore comes under all manner of pressure. Maritiotto looks to the outside. Gets to challenge. Downhill into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend, and sliding through goes Martin Brooks. Dimmock's going to lose 2 places in one go here because he got pushed wide. Maritiotto able to pounce. John McLeod thinks about trying to dart through in the 14 car as well. Brilliant scrap this for 4th position. It's around clearways, out of Clark Curve, they all come. There is Brooks. The June sunshine glinting off the bodywork. These cars are Radical Clubman's car looking immaculate. Onwards to the braking zone for Paddock Hill Bend, swooping downhill through the right-hander. And then gradually climbing up Elwood Hill into Druids. Turn McLeod to look to the outside. They encounter a little bit of traffic in the form of Wee-Sun Kim. Kim gets out of the way, doesn't intrude whatsoever. Further down the order, David Frankland having a good scrap with Simon Garmston. Great to see the pair of them back in the Radical Clubman's Cup this year. Garmston in the blue machine looking to the outside of the multicoloured car of Frankland. Frankland, though, knows that as long as he sticks to the racing line, he's going to make it hard for Garmston, but Garmston darts to the inside nonetheless into Graham Hill Bend, sneaks through, takes the place away from Frankland. Garmston taking advantage of the agility of the Pro Sport car. Meanwhile, out front, Oscar Kruger. He's got Dan Vaughan and Steve Burgess coming back towards him here. We're getting towards the latter stages of the race. Kruger hasn't quite robbed off into the distance as we may have expected earlier on. Could be very smart time management from the Swedish driver, but nonetheless, he could do with a little bit more of a buffer than he has currently got. Out of Clark Curve then. Accelerating on his way, Oscar Kruger, and Dan Vaughan is within about a second and a half, I'd say, as they go into the final lap of the race. Has Vaughan got anything left in reserve? Down through Paddock Hill Bend. This last lap going to be reeled off in pretty much no time at all, but you can see how much Dan Vaughan is closing on Oscar Kruger. He's going to have to make Kruger work very hard for it, and Kruger almost breaking traction at the rear of the car through Druids. Come under pressure around the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend, riding the curbs, Oscar Kruger. Just seesawing the wheel a little bit. Means that Dan Vaughan, if he can get close enough, could maybe challenge between here and the checkered flag. Let's see. Around clearways, out of Clark Curve, Oscar Kruger though should hold on to score. Victory in the first of the Radical Clubman's Cup races here at Brands Hatch. He sprints over to the line and takes the win. Second place goes to Dan Vaughan, and Steve Burgess completing the podium. What about the fight for 4th? They streak through and take the flag. It is Martin Brooks who does hold on. So his look at the classification. Kruger wins it from Vaughan and Burgess. It's Martin Brooks and Marcel Maritiotto, John McLeod, Ben Dimmock ahead of Brian Caldwell, Brian Murphy and Richard Stables. So all smiles onto the first podium of the weekend.
Yeah, it was tough to the end, but I got a good start, and again the first laps was very important. And but these 2 guys caught up very quickly in the end of the race. I struggled with the grips, and I think I was a bit lucky with the flag.
No, it was a good race. I got a good start, and I'm making places up every start so far, luckily. And that was a big problem last year, but when the race gets going, we're okay, and we showed some good pace, and it was a really good race, yeah.
So getting ready for race 2 then. Front row is, as it was, Oscar Kruger and Ben Dimmock, and it's Dimmock who gets a lightning getaway as Kruger bogs down. Also quick away once more is Brian Murphy. Martin Brooks too. The first of the Super Sports is Steve Burgess. He slips down to 5th as they turn through Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. But he's safely through. Busy jostling for position as they climb uphill into round Druids for the first time of asking. From Ben Dimmock, will Oscar Kruger be able to sneak through? Also Martin Brooks is well away. Then it's Brian Murphy who has the job of keeping Steve Burgess, Don McLeod and then Dan Vaughan behind him. The next group of cars headed up by Mike Burgess. As Kruger looks to apply the pressure to Dimmock. Dimmock, who started well in the first race before fading, we're hoping to build a little bit of a buffer over the rest of the field this time around as across the line they all head down into Paddock Hill Bend. Further back, Marotto looking to gain a little bit of ground as well as he to make up for what was quite a poor getaway, as Dan Vaughan is certainly improving. So is Oscar Kruger. He's now much closer to the tail of Ben Dimmock. Dimmock coming under a lot of strain now. He has to cover the inside line along the Cooper Straight on towards Surtees. So where can Kruger make the move? He can either try on the inside into Clearways or maybe just use the slipstream and the toe along the round straight. It's giving Martin Brooks the opportunity to close up as well. And Oscar Kruger knows he needs to make this move and make it quickly. He has got a good run coming out of Clark Curve, and he's almost able to draw alongside, but not quite. Dimmock, as they arrive into Paddock Hill Bend, Ben Dimmock covers the inside line. Kruger then takes the conventional racing line, looks to swoop down through, carry a bit more momentum uphill into Druids, and he's close enough to challenge and goes through. Lovely move that from Oscar Kruger, and he needed to make it stick because you can see that Martin Brooks and Steve Burgess had joined that fight as well. Around Graham Hill Bend, accelerating onward to Surtees once more. Steve Burgess looking very relaxed and confident with this, I have to say, as he slides to the inside of Martin Brooks, gains the place. Brooks looks to fight back, runs out to the very periphery of the circuit. He's not going to have the run on Burgess then along the Bradford Straight as across the line they all accelerate, completing another lap. Brooks to lose touch a little bit with Steve Burgess, who immediately is coming onto terms with Ben Dimmock. Burgess needs to get the move on here because as Dimmock is defending, it allows everybody else to close in. It certainly means that Martin Brooks fancies his chances the inside of Steve Burgess. Burgess shuts that door very late on Martin Brooks, who may well come under pressure and indeed does get passed by John McLeod along the Cooper Straight. Just didn't carry the momentum out of Graham Hill Bend as Burgess darts the inside of Dimmock at Clearways and gains the position. He forced an opening of about the car's width, no more than that. There's a long Graham Straight once more, another lap reeled off. Signed to the history books as behind a spin for John Caldwell. He should rejoin just behind David Frankland. Ben Dimmock is now under pressure from John McLeod, and McLeod looks to the inside, can't quite get through, and that momentum loss may give Dan Vaughan the opportunity to try and challenge along the Cooper Straight. Certainly gives Martin Brooks the licence to look to the inside into Surtees. But more than they're all bottled up behind Ben Dimmock, it's allowing the leading duo to break comfortably clear at the front of the pack. So where can McLeod make his move on Dimmock is the question. You can see what deficit already that Dimmock has got to Steve Burgess and Kruger. This really is the scrap for third, so I don't think even if Vaughan or McLeod got through, they'll be able to close that sort of gap down between now and the checkered flag as John McLeod looks to the outside of Ben Dimmock at Druids. Dimmock just about gives everybody enough room. It means that McLeod and Vaughan are side by side to Graham Hill Bend. Dan Vaughan thinks better of forcing the matter. He wants to carry the momentum along the Cooper Straight. With good reason, because there is Martin Brooks, who looks to jig through Marotto. Brian Murphy also looking to try and join in this fight. Martin Brooks gets squeezed out and into the gravel trap on the exit of Clark Curve. He was trying to go around the outside of Dan Vaughan. Vaughan gave him a PR6 with absolutely no more than that. So Brooks eliminated, at least for the purposes of this fight, for third. He should rejoin in about seventh. Yeah, there's Brooks there. He is a little bit further down than that, in fact. Coming under more pressure. Coming up into Druids. He may well lose another place there. As McLeod gets the run on Ben Dimmock into Graham Hill Bend, boxes Dimmock in and goes through, takes third place. So we're getting towards the latter stages of this race. McLeod in third will hope to romp into a fairly comfortable third now, as Ben Dimmock gets demoted almost immediately by Dan Vaughan. So Vaughan goes fourth. Further back, recovering John Caldwell, having a nice scrap with David Frankland. A pair of them locked in battle. Caldwell seeks to close up onto the tail of Frankland. David Frankland always seems to be in the thick of the action this weekend. As the battle for the lead has really come together. Steve Burgess closing up onto that of Oscar Kruger, and Kruger, you can see his tyres beginning to get a little bit worn, slightly sideways, but Druids has to defend more assertively than he'd have liked to Grenfell Bend, and still flicks the car sideways through Surtees. Nathan Burgess making the manoeuvre. Oh, he goes for it very late into clearways, draws alongside Oscar Kruger. I'm not sure that Krug was expecting Steve Burgess to challenge quite as late as that, and it means that Steve Burgess, with the superior straight line speed of the SR3, should be able to power past, but he doesn't. He has to on the brakes into Powerkill Bend, and now Oscar Kruger gets demoted into second, so he is looking unlikely to do the Clubman's Cup double this weekend on the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. It's the turn of Steve Burgess to lead the charge. Round Graham Hill Bend, sneaking up and through the gears, propelling along the Cooper Straight, through Surtees and on to clearways. Meanwhile, Ben Dimmock coming under more pressure, unfortunately for him. He has got Brian Caldwell tucked up behind him. Caldwell looking to try and make the move he possibly can, and thinks about the move to the inside at clearways. Not quite squeezed through there, and actually loses a bit of momentum coming on to the Brabham Straight, but he doesn't come under pressure particularly from Brian Murphy. It's been a good race this, where if you look, there have been plenty of battles, but out front though, Steve Burgess has been able to build that buffer over Oscar Kruger, some 2.5 seconds as Burgess arrives into clearways for the final time. He could almost coast home from here, not quite. He accelerates nonetheless. The checker flag is ready and waiting, and it's victory in race 2 for Steve Burgess, with Oscar Kruger home in second place. Battles behind still equally tight. There's Mike Burgess and Richard Stables all queuing up behind Brian Murphy. Graham Tilley as well, part of that tussle, as they race their way through to the checker flag. Just about holding on was Murphy. So victory there for Steve Burgess, second place to Oscar Kruger. John McLeod completes the podium ahead of Dan Ford, Marcio Marototto, Martin Brooks, Ben Dimmock and Brian Murphy.
If you will, please, Steve. We've got Simon doing the... Oh, right, OK, we've got somebody from Radical who is...
Oscar started to struggle a bit towards the second half of the race, so I thought he's for the taking now and got him into clearways.
It was a really good move up the inside into clearways, and from there you pulled away fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think at that time, by the time I got by Oscar, he was struggling, so I think he was just sort of backing off and just keeping his second place safe.
So championship standings leading Brands, and it is Oscar Kruger 7 points clear of Steve Burgess, with Ben Dimmock and Dan Ford engaged in a tight battle for third and fourth. Well, the racing in the Radical Clubman's Cup was as close as ever, and we saw Oscar Kruger and Steve Burgess, as at Donington Park, battling away for the victories. I'm sure the same will be the case when we head to Snetterton in Norfolk for the next 2 rounds.